In spiritual essence of fasting, you think you know what fasting means? But what if everything you believe was just scratching the surface? When I say the word fasting, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Food? Hunger? Going without meals? If you're nodding yes, you're in good company. Most people think fasting is simply about abstaining from food for a period of time. And you know what? Many Bible passages do associate fasting with exactly that. But here's where it gets interesting. Let me share something that might completely change your perspective. Isaiah 58 verse 5 asks this powerful question.
Is it such a fast that I have chosen, a day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable day to the Lord?
Did you catch that? God is asking, is that really what fasting is about? So if it's not just about food, what is fasting really? Here's the game changer. Fasting is actually about the affliction of one's own soul. Think about those images Isaiah mentions. Bowing the head like a bulrush and spreading sackcloth. What do these have in common? Here's my question for you. Look, when was the last time you truly removed yourself from your comfort zone? When did you last do something that challenged not just your body but your soul? You see, those ancient practices of bowing low and wearing rough sackcloth weren't just rituals. They were about stepping out of comfort and into discomfort, intentionally. It's about pushing past what feels easy, what feels safe, what feels comfortable. But hold on, here's something that might surprise you. Not every act of fasting captures God's attention. Isaiah 58 verse 3 records people saying, "Why have we fasted and you don't see it? Why have we afflicted our souls and you take no notice?" And God's response?
Behold, in the day of your fast you find pleasure and exact all your labors.
Think about this honestly. Have you ever fasted while binge watching Netflix? Or stuffed yourself silly the night before because you knew you'd be fasting tomorrow? Or maybe you've fasted simply because there was nothing to eat anyway. Friend, that's not afflicting your soul. That's just being comfortable in a different way. Remember, fasting is about humbling yourself, afflicting your own soul. So why do we fast? When do we fast? Prayer is how we communicate with God, right? But fasting is how we draw ourselves closer, especially when we're making intense requests. When you do need God's guidance most, when you are desperate for his forgiveness, when you do need protection, when you are mourning. These are the moments when fasting becomes powerful. And here's something beautiful. Jesus himself fasted. No command was ever given to stop this practice. But here's where it gets really interesting. Did you know there are two types of fasting? First, there's the fasting you choose, where you set the rules, the duration, the terms. But second, and this might blow your mind, there's the fasting that God has chosen. Yes, friend, you heard that right. God has his own definition of fasting. There is fasting that God has chosen. Now, if you have medical conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, ulcers, or other illnesses, you might be thinking, can I still fast? Is there another way? Come, let's talk about it. What if I told you that God's chosen fast might not involve food at all? We might be fasting according to what we want, where we set the terms, but have we considered the fasting that God wants? Zechariah 7:5 records God saying, "When you fasted, did you fast for me?" Listen,
Speak unto all the people of the land, and to the priests, saying, When ye fasted and mourned in the 5th and 7th month, even those 70 years, did ye at all fast unto me, even to me?
in other words, you chose what you wanted, but did you consider what I wanted? So what is God's chosen fast? Listen carefully to Isaiah 58, verses 6 through 10.
Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness,
What does that mean? It means stop doing evil.
to undo heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, to break every yoke.
Let me ask you this. When someone owes you money, do you keep adding interest? Do you make their burden heavier? Or do you remove the yoke? Do you free them from their burden? And he continues saying,
Share your bread with the hungry. Bring the homeless into your house. Clothe the naked.
and here's a question that might change everything. When is the best time to fast? Isn't it better to fast during times of abundance, when you can make yourself available for others? Friend, when you have much, that's when you can truly afflict your soul by giving to those who have little. God's fast also says,
Take away the yoke. Stop pointing fingers. Stop speaking vanity.
when was the last time you pointed a finger at someone? When did you last speak empty words? And he also says,
Draw out your soul to the hungry. Satisfy the afflicted soul.
do you know what happens when you fast God's way? He promises,
Your light will break forth like the morning. Your health will spring forth speedily. Your righteousness will go before you. Then you will call, and the Lord will answer. You will cry, and he will say, Here I am.
so friend, which fast will you choose? The one where you set the terms, or the one where God sets the terms? The one where you might still find pleasure in your comfort, or the one where you truly afflict your soul by serving others? But remember, friend, whatever way of fasting you choose, do it wholeheartedly. Don't just fast from food, fast from evil works, fast from selfishness, fast from greed, and fast from indifference. Fast by giving, fast by serving, fast by loving. Now that we know this fastings, let us rejoice in this wisdom. To God be the glory. Until next time, may your fast be the one that draws you closer to God's heart. If you like this content, hit that like and share button and follow for more.